Lucy Zhao is president of the Falun Dafa Association of Australia. I asked her if she felt any responsibility for Colleen May's death.
Colleen actually is a good friend of mine. I feel very sad for her family, and her health improved after she practiced Falun Gong. So whether she actually continued to take medication or not is her personal choice. So personally, I didn't told her or pressure her not to take medication.
Some people did, according to people we've spoken to. They said, do not take medicine, put your trust in Master Lee and the teachings.
That's probably the interpretation, personal interpretation of those practitioners that's close to her. But personally, I didn't.
Falun Gong is no longer just a spiritual movement. Manhattan's the headquarters of a growing media empire aligned to Falun Gong. Called Epoch Media Group, it runs the conservative newspaper chain, the Epoch Times, which has now expanded into a popular online news channel.
So we're here at Trump Tower in New York City with Laura Trump.
Yes. Hello.
Wonderful to have you on American Thought Leaders.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Jonathan Lee says many practitioners support Trump's hardline stance on China.
Because of Trump is very hard on China in terms of Falun Gong persecution, they think Trump is a hope for them for us to eventually be able to survive in China.
This is a sort of a matter of cosmic importance for them that I think Trump gets re-elected.
Thanks for tuning into the Epoch News, folks. I'm Angela Anderson.
That support is reflected in the Epoch Times coverage of the Trump presidency.
The economy is growing at a rate deemed impossible under the Obama administration.
The Epoch Times insists it is neither owned nor operated by Falun Gong. But Ben Hurley, who worked on the Australian edition, believes they're one and the same.
It's a bold-faced lie. It is a Falun Gong newspaper. Everyone that works there is a Falun Gong practitioner. They have a few people, a few token non-Falun Gong practitioners they get in, that they point to every time. But those people are outside the fortress. They're not a part of the organization.
He thinks Master Lee has directed the group's media to go all out for Trump.
Seeing Trump's aggressive stance with China, and his openness to socially conservative beliefs, which Lee shares, he's just decided to sort of push the button and get the whole movement on board with Trump.
Much of that support has been given on social media.
What we know they did was use false information to frame it as Trump colluding with Russia.
The Epoch Times spent close to $2 million on a Facebook advertising campaign that praised Trump and demonized his enemies.
And it details how the Obama administration conspired against Donald Trump in the 2016 race.
But it wasn't always clear who was behind the ads, with many pushed through made-up groups like Pure American Journalism or Honest Paper.
Now that we know that Trump did collude with Russia, now that that's been conclusively determined.
In August last year, Facebook banned the Epoch Times from purchasing any further advertising. In Los Angeles, Alex Kasprak has been investigating the campaign for the fact-checking website Snopes.
Essentially, they were creating a number of Facebook groups or pages that didn't disclose they were part of the Epoch Times publishing group, but still promoted their content through these sort of third-party seeming channels. And that's just against, it's a clear violation, letter of the law of their policy. You can't do that.
The Epoch Times denied deceptive conduct, claiming it was obvious they were behind the ads. But in December, Facebook took action again against a network it linked to the Epoch Media Group. BL, or the Beauty of Life, had been posting testimonials from supposed Trump supporters who didn't exist. They were just stock photos taken off the internet.
It was so lazy. There was a picture of Helen Mirren, the actress, being sold as an American Trump supporter. It's just like, we all know who Helen Mirren is. You're not fooling anybody.
After Snopes exposed the use of other people's photos, BL doubled down, using software to generate artificial photos.
It sounds like the right play, but the technology is not there yet. So sometimes these things will come out with a hole, no eyes or black eyes. So there are some of these deformed faces, just really sort of dystopian looking stuff. And that was sort of their final hurrah, I would say, was when they were just making 100 fake profiles a day and throwing them into these BL groups.
Facebook estimates that BL spent more than $9 million on ads reaching 55 million accounts. Alex Kasprak found the network had been run out of Vietnam by former Epoch Times employees. But Epoch Media Group denies any involvement, saying it had cut ties to Vietnam Epoch Times the year before. Falun Gong still insists it is apolitical.
Falun Gong never really have a particular, from an organization point of view, when you use Falun Gong as an organization, do not have a policy that, Master said you go and vote for him, for that person vote for them. No, we don't believe that. We are not really like that.
Master Lee has not been filmed in public for years. But Anna has watched in dismay as his movement grows ever stronger.
When I found out that the group was supporting Donald Trump, that was very shocking.
She has left the movement, she's estranged from her mother, but she still fears the power of Master Lee.
This group is not fading into obscurity. It has a lot more power than I thought, and that is very concerning to me, especially when I think about how many other people are probably going to become indoctrinated and how many children and families are going to be affected by this.